Hello, my dear friends, again from the beautiful Belgrade fortress. BBB, BBF, beautiful Belgrade fortress. Kafa za poneti. Who knows what does it mean? Kafa coffee to go. Okay. Now I'm acting like I don't know Cyrillic, which is not the case, of course. Let's walk. Let's walk through the park and the whole fortress. It's huge. It's really huge. You see also organized groups everywhere, but also individuals. They just come here, and it's a nice place to spend the day. A hot summer day, a cold winter day as well, and everything in between. There are a few museums around. We have just visited. Actually, it's not a museum. What we visited is the exhibition, a temporary exhibition of the Leonardo da Vinci and his artworks. Actually, not even artworks, but more military and civil inventions. So not so much related to his paintings, but more to the devices that he invented, sketched, or whatever. This building is now actually, how to translate it, the institution for preservation of cultural monuments of the city of Belgrade. Not sure that that's the official translation, but never mind, you will understand what I meant. Actually, I'm currently also leading a group of kids, so if you hear the noise everywhere around me, that would be because of that. Never mind. There we also have a hammam, if I'm not mistaken. Probably everybody knows what hammam is, given the fact that, as I said, this fortress had been changing hands at least 5-6 times between the Ottomans and the Austro-Hungarians. Both of these cultures have left some specific marks, as we saw just now. Just now, the Austrians have left the Roman well, the so-called Roman well. The Ottomans have left a couple of hammams. Only, I'm not sure that any of them is now functional. But still, both things are closely related to water, so it reminded me on the old joke that I like to tell. It goes like, do you know what's the similarity between an American beer and making love in a canoe? You don't. Well, both things are fucking close to water. It's a good one, actually, and it makes sense really if you tell it in English. Not so much when I translate it to Serbian. Here, okay, this is the archery, but it doesn't really matter. What I wanted to show is the so-called Sahat kula. Sahat is the Ottoman word for watch. And we see so it's the watchtower practically. Let me see what else. And now we are going to enter the area of the War Museum. It's actually also free of charge, and most of it is actually at the open. So I will also be able to show you can also see already some of the cannons that are presented within the exhibition of this museum. We are now passing through one of the several gates of the Kalemegdan fortress. This is one of the inner gates, but there is also the bridge. So there were several actually layers of protection within this fortress. But okay, let's maybe show you some of the pieces of military equipment and armaments presented here. Some cannons, some small tanks, some bigger ones, some more cannons. There is also a famous Katyusha presented just around that tower there, but we are not going to go there now. And this system that looks a bit more modern, it's the so-called Neva, the anti-aircraft system Neva of the Russian produce. And why is it so famous and why it is presented here? Because that's the system that managed to shoot down the American invisible plane F-117A, the very invisible. This was the first and the only time when the plane of that kind was shot down. It happens here in Serbia during the NATO bombardment campaign in 1999. Yeah. Let's also see exactly what is the type of this system. So the rocket system Neva S-125. It's not C, it's S because this is Cyrillic. The rockets are 5V27DU. Okay, it was practically part of the armament of the Yugoslav National Army, of the Vojska Yugoslavia, which is the army of Yugoslavia, I mean the successor of the Yugoslav National Army, and of course the Vojska Serbia, or the military of Serbia, also the successor of the preceding two. Quite large rockets, I have to say. Now this system is relatively obsolete, but on the other hand, if it managed to shoot down the invisible plane, the very proud of the American military industry, it tells a lot about it. I mean, at least to me. Okay, my dear friends, that much for now. Thanks for watching and see you soon.